This is a battle in the finals of the Milk and Cookies Total War tournament. It's a best of 5, I'm in the lead 2-1. And in this battle, it's me commanding Carthage and Diplomatt commanding Lusitani. So, Carthage against their Iberian... some of the Iberian mercenaries and Iberians that are rebelling against Carthaginian rule. Now, I'll have to say right off the bat that the map is Alexandria. It's a hot map, which is good for my Libyans and my Carthaginian cavalry. I did not expect Diplomatt to bring this build at all. It caught me completely off guard. He has 17 sword units, 17, and 3 cavalry units, I believe. Or maybe he has only 16 swords. 16 or 17 swords, and then a few cavalry units. My build consists of 6 Libyans, 4 Carthaginian cavalry, 1 noble cavalry. Then I have mercenary Gallic warriors on each flank. Behind them, I have 4 mercenary Iberian swords and 3 mercenary Cretan archers. Now, going this skirmish heavy on a forest map like this is always very risky, because potentially, and this is what I expected Diplomatt to do, he could potentially be moving up through the forest and shield his important units from missile fire. I can't see his entire army. What I can see now is veteran shields, Iberian swords and Lusitani swordwomen. So it looks like he's going to use his Lusitani swordwomen as a shield, and then smash in with his veteran shields. And his veteran shields are going to do great against my Libyan infantry. So I want to kind of stay on just the outskirts of this forest here to blunt the charge of the veteran shield warriors. So moved up with his Iberian cavalry. Not a dangerous cavalry unit by any means, but if they manage to get into my skirmishers and stop them from firing, that could be disastrous for me. So I can already see that I'm making a significant error in deployment, because I am deploying outside of the forest. This is going to allow Diplomatt to get the full power of his charge against my units. So this is the first mistake I'm making. And at this point I was getting sort of tired. This is the 4th game in a row, and I'm not used to playing that many competitive games in a row, so I was getting a bit tired at this point, and you can see that my decision making is slipping a bit. Managed to get a volley off on his... let's see, what did I fire on? I'm focusing fire on his veteran shields, because I want to take down the veteran shields as quickly as possible. And I'm doing some really nice damage to them now. He's losing a lot of men. But he's going to rush here, in with his Scutari cavalry. I time it well, so I'm able to throw some javelins on his Scutari cavalry, and actually kill quite a few Scutari cavalry. Now, I'm chasing away his Iberian cavalry with one of my own cavalry units, but as you can see here, I'll just put it in slow motion. I'm making another massive mistake. Instead of pulling away and sending in my cavalry, what I am doing is sending in my general, and this was a huge mistake. I did not intend to send in my general here. And what's going to happen is that the general is going to eat javelins, both from my own troops, from the veteran shield warriors, and he's just going down so fast, already down to 40 men. And all across the line here, Scutari cavalry smashes into my Libyan infantry. I should have been deployed in the forest here. I am way out of position, and I'm not being able to respond by charging his troops. So he's basically getting free charges all across my line. I did not manage to blunt his charges very effectively. All across the line I'm getting charged severely, and the follow-up here by the Carthaginian cavalry charging into the veteran shields and the Lusitani swordwomen, there is no follow-up by the mercenary Gallic warriors. So at this point I've basically lost the battle, because he managed to get his charges all across my line while I was out of the tree line. I managed to waste my general, and at this point, although my Libyan infantry is actually holding out well against these veteran shields, because they are under fire from the mercenary Iberian swords, things are not good for me at all, because on the flanks here, Lusitani swordwomen and veteran shields are moving around, and Diplomatt has yet to engage his Lusitani nobles. So I'm going to try to throw some javelins at his veteran shields. They are going down, but this cavalry unit is also being pulled way out of position by the Iberian cavalry, I am focusing fire with my Cretans, and they are destroying the veteran shields in the center. I'm popping shield wall as sort of a desperate measure here to try to make my men hold for a bit longer. And you can see it's sort of working well against the veteran shields. The Lusitani swordwomen are dying. My Iberians are taking a lot of damage. I am able to fire at these Lusitani nobles, but at this point I'm already being outflanked. My noble cavalry does not have the strength remaining to defend my skirmishers. This cavalry unit is going to be able to kill my general, and at this point it's basically a GG. Now, looking at what Diplomatt has left here, he has left some Iberian swords. He has some Iberian swords, veteran shields left, and his Lusitani noble general that is actually dropping quite quickly now to fire for my Cretans. If I had managed to stay in the tree line like I intended and got my charges off, this would have been a GG and not in favor of Diplomatt, because his Lusitani nobles are going down so quickly. But Diplomatt being able to get his cavalry into my skirmishers here and being able to outflank me due to me not being able to get the charges that I needed with my Libyan infantry and with my Gallics, my micro just fell apart and my decision making fell apart at this point. I completely mistimed how quickly he would get to my lines. I didn't pull back, I didn't get a counter charge. So now he's going to be able to move his Lusitani nobles into my flanks and just destroy what's remaining of my units. Mercenary Iberian swords are getting into these Iberian swordsmen, but I'm just losing horribly in the center. These units are piling in and destroying my Libyan infantry and my mercenary Cretan archers. So, well executed rush here by Diplomatt, helped by the fact that I just basically messed up everything. The Carthaginian cavalry was able to take care of the Iberian cavalry in the back there, but just a horrible misuse of my cavalry units, not being able to blunt the charges. And the reason why was because I was too focused on my skirmishers and aiming for the correct units. I should basically just have given a single attack order with them, charged with my Libyan infantry, preferably taken the engagement in the forest here. And judging by what is left on the field now for Diplomatt, had I been able to save my cavalry, they're going to do very well against Skutari cavalry. Had I been able to do those things, then this could have gone very differently, but it didn't. Diplomatt took the engagements well here. He had a nice setup he managed to get some nice javelin volleys on my general, and although I did get a lot of kills by playing like a complete idiot in this case, I think I was so surprised by both a bit of fatigue from playing the previous games and being surprised at what Diplomatt actually brought to the field, because I was not expecting 16 swords. So my cavalry was wasted to a significant degree. My mercenary Cretans did a lot of damage to veteran shields and to his Lusitani nobles, but not getting my charges in the center with the Libyan infantry, not taking the engagement in the forest, just meant that I was completely overrun by the Lusitani rush. So I definitely think my build could have worked. If I was to play again, I might have changed it up a little bit. Only brought 2 Cretans, brought an additional cavalry unit, for example, but overall this was just a battle where my decision making, my awareness of the battlefield, and my response to Diplomatt's rush it was basically non-existent. I was completely off my game in this battle, and Diplomatt took the victory for it. It kind of showcases how vulnerable Lusitani is to both the cavalry and the skirmishers, but I just wasn't able to capitalize. I wasn't able to protect my skirmishers, and Diplomatt managed to turn a 2-0 lead from me to a tie of 2 versus 2. So we're going to move into the tiebreaker. I'm going to be casting that game or uploading that game after IndiePride has uploaded the game, but the past 2 games where Diplomatt was able to win were definitely wake-up calls that I really have to have the same awareness and the same awareness, the same macro, and the same presence of mind that I had in the first battles. That went very well, because this was a downright embarrassing defeat. I was totally overrun by this Lusitani rush build. I know how to counter these types of builds, but I made 3 cardinal mistakes. 1, not being aware of the terrain. 2, not responding appropriately to a rush with cavalry and counter charges of my own. And 3, not taking care of my skirmishers. And against the Lusitani rush, those are all 3 mistakes that are going to get you killed, basically. And that was what happened in this battle. So good game to Diplomatt. I'm really looking forward to upload the last battle in the series, and then we'll see who wins the Milk and Cookies Total War tournament. Strength and honor.